Bro, by the fucking Minecraft outside.
Finally mastered this new sword technique.
Ugh. I hate snow. It's whiting on my land.
Five, six, seven, eight. Dance with me in my backyard, boy. Looking super.
Being the whore of the year.
Whore of the year! Did you hear that? I'm whore of the year! Woo! I'm whore.
Get pegged this holiday season at Cracker Barrel. America's favorite game is now 20% off in our country store. And finish it off with our special gravy. Oh my...
I'm making 2 different videos. Whichever one you get, the algorithm has you classified as. If you get this one, you're straight. Straight up gay.
Oh, you use she, they pronouns? That's so cool. So can I, she, them, too?
There's so much that we have to give God. We can give him our talents. We can give him...
I'm giving him cunt. Double take. I'm giving him slut.
Dutch, look there. Yeah, just as I thought. I ain't got shoes on, Dutch. My toes are freezing.
Without me, I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me.
When you need to clear some snow because you work in Antarctica, but you have to stop because you have rules to follow.
Me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees.
Having a freaking crisis because I'm not the same woman that I was at the grocery store when I bought all these separate ingredients that I have to assemble into a meal like I'm the damn barefoot Contessa or something. Who was that girl? It wasn't me.
Someone recently informed me that gender is what's in your pants. And this shocked me because all this time I've been identifying as a woman, but it turns out I'm actually a dump truck ass that just won't quit. So going forward, I'll be educating myself.
In reality, the autism spectrum looks more like this. The spectrum refers...
Ladies, gentlemen, theys and thems, this is not a drill. New autism just dropped, and this time around, we're in the JoJo's universe, baby. We even got autism stats. Let's fucking go! If my autism was a stand, it would be called Lightning Meltdown.
Hey everyone, I'm about to pick up my daughter from school, and so I brought her some shrimp as an after-school snack. Yes, I brought her shrimp uncovered in a bowl with some chips. And my car smells like shrimp. So I'll check back in with you when she gets into the car and sees that I have shrimp for her. Hey, sweetie. How are you? I brought you some shrimp.
Yes, the voiceovers sound like this, but the video audio sounds like
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's why I parkoured over here. This is Ray Cerrone. All she does is look melancholy as fuck. It's the cat I'm looking for. Little walnut head.
Never seen a creature look more like a rotisserie chicken, and I am including every rotisserie chicken I've ever seen.
You look like a mama kangaroo.
You're
just nothing but a dirty, ratty criminal. Do you know the biscuit queen? He farted. I've been calling him Sharknado. My coat in Rolling Stones magazine is on the way. He's like dumb in a smart way.
More of this in 2023. Everybody's doing this, and I'm a follower, not a leader, so hopefully it's not men, because accepting the way things are. That's corny. Give me a different one. I was saying hopefully not men, because a lot of people call me gay, and I want that to stop. The Big Bang. I'll bang your dad. Oh, maybe that's why people call me gay. All right, the first one was corny. That one, I don't even know what it was supposed to mean. So this... What? I didn't even know that was an option. I was kidding when I said that, but this is the actual one. That one didn't... this one doesn't count. None of those counted. This is the real one. I was just, like, warming up the gears in here, you know, getting, free samples of what? Men? Last one, I promise. No takesies, backsies. This is what I'm getting more of in 2023. Swooping? What is that even? Is it like sweeping while you poop or something?
So, do you want to watch something? Yeah, I'm down, but why is your TV like that? What, it's just a standard vertical setup. You haven't switched your TV to vert yet? No. What is the point of that? Oh, everything just fits on the screen better this way. How could that possibly be the case? Oh, how about everything everywhere all at once? I haven't seen it yet. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh. My God. What, you're zoning out already? I can switch the gameplay to something more stimulating. Please stop. How in God's name do you watch a movie like this? You mean vertical with Subway Surfer playing underneath? Yes. I mean vertical with Subway Surfer playing underneath. It helps me stay stimulated. What? A movie's nowhere near enough stimulation on its own. What is wrong with you? How can you even listen to me talk right now? Is a conversation with another human being enough stimulation for you? Or do you literally need gameplay implanted into your head? Please, I'm actually curious. Can you hear me right now? I have genuine concerns about you contributing to our gene pool.
I'm here with...
Ainsley Taxonomy Dirt.
Who's the hottest guy in the school?
Grok Fredrickson.
For sure, no cap. Do you support Palestine?
Let me talk to you. If I was your boyfriend, never let you go.
Stealing kisses undercover, babe. I see forever when I see your face, and I swear God made.
Okay, so for the Libras who wipe from front to back, your spirit animal message is from the roly-poly.
Don't ever kill to be with someone that doesn't love you, because next year, they might be dead to you.
Freaking Ogre isn't just a filter, but it's actually from the cult classic 1900s movie Shrek. Now, Shrek features tons of underground artists like Eddie Murphy.
Thought of a new song?
gonna play it or sing it for you now. 525,650. 525,064. 35, 20, and 17. 16, 14, 39. How about 4? How about 2? How about 3? How about numbers? How about numbers? How about numbers?
This is Sparta!
Damn. Okay, maybe I just didn't give it enough time to warm up. Damn. My dumbass said, "Oh, is that an iguana? It's a praying mantis." What the what? Maybe they just... This is Spot. Need to be in the whole frame, maybe? Flex the leg. Hey! Is that a blowfish or a hamster? Maybe just a mouse? It's not a bear, it's not a lion, not a... Son of a... Come on. Come on. I am so sick of this app playing me, bro.
Habibti, I don't understand where your anxieties are coming from. You know, I don't have anxieties. Your father, he does not have anxieties. It's just a mystery to me, honestly.
Oh my god! People are coming over! Help me! Ya Allah!
Yeah? Why aren't you wearing socks in the house? You know, if you don't wear socks and you step on the cold floor, you will die. How many times I tell you you're going to die?
Oh my god, the guests are coming over in 37 minutes! Why aren't you cleaning your room?
Mom, they're not gonna be in my room.
Oh my god, they're not gonna be in your room! Clean your room! Noor, why aren't you home yet? It's 5:46. You were supposed to be home 4 minutes ago. Please call me. Muhammad, Marwan, Layla, yalla, come downstairs. Show me how to use Live 360 so I can track your sister. Why is she not home yet? Call her right now.
Habibi, if you don't become a doctor, you are going to be homeless on the street. You don't have many options. You go to medical school, or I will kill myself. So you choose what you want to do.
So what do we do when we go outside?
Moose trap.
Okay, go.
No moose has what's in the top.
Are you sure?
Mom, is that frost?
That is frost. It's starting to get frosty out here. You're gonna get in the car? Did you do a thorough moose check?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep, I do.
You don't see any moose anywhere.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You have to be careful. Go nice and slow into the car. Kaiser.
The car's that way.
Get in the car.
It's just a baby in the tap.
Yeah, and that's why we do a moose check.
Oh my god, did you guys get the text that the nukes are gonna drop in 10 minutes? I just ordered Uber Eats. I'm mostly just pissed because they did it at fucking 2 p.m. I just worked half a workday for what? Nothing. Mom, relax. I'm not driving home. I'm gonna die in 10 minutes. I'm not gonna spend that in traffic. I'll just say what we're all thinking. Okay, if there's any sexual fantasies we haven't fulfilled in this lifetime, we got 9 minutes. Everyone come stand by the wall and do a funny pose with me. Because when the bomb drops, we're all gonna get like imprinted on the wall
and they'll know we were a bunch of goofballs. I'm not really that upset. I mean, I didn't get a lot done in this life, but I didn't have to do a lot in this life, so it kind of balances out. Plus, things were going downhill. We can all agree with that. Things were, you know, this was gonna happen eventually. Tom, why are you crying? We're all gonna die at the same time. And if there's an afterlife, we're gonna hang out. And if there's not, lights out. Who gives a shit? Why is everyone running? Are they gonna outrun a nuclear blast? That guy might. Wow, he is booking it.
I mean, I do have some regrets. I feel like I wasted a lot of time recycling. Seems pretty worthless at this point. Oh my God, stop praying, Tom. You know how many people are praying in the city right now? He's not gonna hear you. Okay, so some stuff is gonna happen, and I don't really know how to explain it to you, but we're just gonna have to buckle down together, all right? Fuck it, die alone. I don't give a shit.
What are my stats for 2023 gonna be? I saw somebody do this with my filter and now I wanna try it. Let's start with strength. Let's see, let's be a strong like bull. Strong like, fuck! You know what? HRT does that to you. I would fail at opening a jar of pickles. What's my dexterity gonna be? Let's see. Am I a dexterous motherfucker? Am I fast? Nope. Gonna trip over my own 2 feet. Constitution. What's my health looking like in 2023? Please be kind. I need some good rolls here. Okay, they can't all be shit. They could all be shit. Okay, so my physical stats are shit, but let's see what my mental stats are like. All right, let's be smart. Intelligence, but how book smart am I? Am I smart? I have barely ever opened a book in my life. But I might be wise, I might have street smarts. That's what really matters in the world. What's my wisdom gonna be in 2023? I am weak, I am slow, I am unhealthy, I am dumb as a bag of rocks in every measurable category. But at least tell me I'm a charismatic motherfucker. Oh yeah, baby! I'm the face of the group!
There's an American solution to road safety that can only be described as batshit crazy: pedestrian crossing flags. At a growing number of zebra crossings in America, you'll find a container of flags like this at each side of the road. If you want to cross the street, you're supposed to take a flag. Check that it's safe to cross, hold the flag out in front of you as you cross the street, hope that nobody decides to run you over that day, and then put it in the holder on the other side. Of course, this is absolutely ridiculous and an insult to people walking, so most people don't bother using them. Except this dude. Bravo, sir. But if people do use them, the utterly predictable happens. All the flags end up on only one side of the street. And then a driver cuts you off as you're crossing. Obviously, these women weren't visible enough without their flag. To be extra safe, you can have a hot crossing and pedestrian flags, because clearly the only problem on this high-speed strode is that people walking aren't visible enough. But the purpose of a crossing flag is not actually to make it safer to cross the strode. It's to make it your fault if you're hit by a car while not waving a flag in front of you like an imbecile. And of course, they still don't do anything to actually slow down drivers.
I think it's deep enough to where, you know, I can just make a little snow angel. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna run up because that I might get stuck. I'm kind of on a leash right now, so this snow is perfect for snowball fights, and Ivory doesn't know what's gonna hit her. Oh, I got her! Amy, back to you. I'll talk to you soon.
Troy, is this work?
No! Oh, I didn't know she had snowballs. If you have energy at 7 in the morning right now, or whatever time, it's like, yeah, 7:20-ish, but you gotta come out and start building snowmans. I'm wearing some long johns, I'm wearing some jeans, and I got my ski pants on right now, so I'm feeling good. Ivory, keep up with me. Here we go. That's one. Listen, I'm taking a break, Amy, right now. It's been a really long morning building snow forts. I'll send things back to you. Take that, Ivory.
What is happening over there?
Amy, I know what it looks like, but this is easily the hardest I've ever worked. But I want to take your attention over to Big Poppy. Big snow means Big Poppy. Big snow equals Big Poppy. Remember the lesson, big snow equals Big Poppy. Big snow equals Big Poppy, and of course we had to make a big throne for him to sit on. So here he is. Cue the Lion King Circle of Life music. A throne fit for a garden gnome.
Here are some British things that I think would send an American into a coma. Number one, straight.
We also have weird cities on the coasts. Anyway, here is a list of American things that I think would send a Brit to the hospital. I am basing this on several trips to the United Kingdom, as well as close personal friendships with a number of Brits. Bobby, if you are watching this, I'm sorry, but it had to be done. Number 1, Costco. Average Costco is the size of an entire country village in the United Kingdom, with a level of bulk items and utterly gratuitous proportions that Brits could never stomach. A single cereal aisle in the United Kingdom could probably feed the entire Royal Air Force for a month. Number 2, hot sauce. For a country that colonized the entire world in pursuit of spices, they never seemed to use any of it in their own food. They would take one bite of Nashville-style hot chicken and immediately go into cardiac arrest. Number 3, the Southwest. The average place in the UK gets over 50 inches of rain every single year. The dry landscape of the American Southwest might just break their brains. Average high temperature in London in the middle of summer does not even crack 80 degrees. If you dropped a British person into Las Vegas, they might just melt. Number 4, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Not only must it remind them of the Blitz, but it also showcases the fact that their cultural dominance is over. British people would surely cower in fear at the sight of their new cultural overlords like Baby Yoda. Number 5, the Katy Freeway. Just look at it. This shit would send me to the hospital, and I am from Los Angeles, the place that literally invented freeways. Finally, number 6, Florida. Florida man is real and he is coming to get you. Took a British person to spring break in Miami Beach, they would not get out of there alive. Have to remember that as Americans, we are truly the worst. We have to live here full time. Remember, we are not stuck on this planet with the rest of you. You are all stuck on this planet with us.
Hey everybody, can I have everyone's attention please? Could we all gather around? So I can't tell you where I'm from or why I'm here because you'll probably accuse me for witchcraft, but I do need a place to stay for a little bit while some things are fixed. And although I have no currency to offer you, I thought I would just be your town doctor, because that seems like it's really easy to do nowadays. Do I have any education or former experience? Fantastic question, absolutely not, but you people are practically cavemen. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, so I feel like I could figure out a lot of this just by thinking with my brain. Why does this kid have a leech on his face? Who decided to do that? Because he has a fever? You thought, what? Break down that line of logic for me. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and take that off of his face, because what the hell are we doing? I just so happen to have some Motrin, some ibuprofen, so I'm just gonna give him some of this. So go ahead, just take 2 of these and then sit down, because I don't know why there was a leech on your face. That was weird. All right, any other ailment? Are you chewing them? Don't chew them. I guess I should have explained that. Oh my God, does that taste bad? I bet it tastes bad. I'm sure it'll still work, but don't chew it next time. All right, any other mild ailments that you people overreact to? All right, what do you have? Okay, looks like you have a small scrape on your knee. All right, okay, just walk that off. You want me to cut your leg off? No. What? No. Who told you that's the proper reaction to the situation? Now that I look around, there are a lot of people missing limbs in this town. You guys gotta either stop falling down or get a better doctor, because he is butchering you. Just cover the wound. What if it gets infected? I don't know. Don't get it infected. It's pretty easy. Notice how everything here is filthy? Make it not filthy, and then you'll be fine. Are you rubbing poop in your wounds? You are? Why are you doing that? Go to the river and put water on it, and then whatever. Do you have alcohol? No? Salt? Something. Do anything besides poop. All right, last one, and then I'm going to bed in whatever house you guys provide for me. Your brother has demons, dude? No, he doesn't. What are his symptoms? He's prone to emotional outbursts. Okay. That's not a demon. Probably just is mentally ill. Everyone is. Everyone here is. They just hide it really well. That guy just punched another guy in the face. Did you see that? That's okay? What have you been doing to treat him? Letting? What the hell's letting? Letting means bleeding? You're making him bleed? Stop doing that. Stop it. That's why he's having an emotional outburst. What the hell's wrong with you people? Why are you always focused on blood? I'm going to bed. I don't even want to fucking be here, dude.
So, due to the aggressively cold weather that we're having, these two have not been able to go outside all day and stretch their little legs. So, I'm gonna let them out into the barn while we're finishing up haying and watering for the night. The only rule is you cannot doo-doo on the concrete floors. You hear me? All right, since we have an agreement, Poppy's gonna be brave. Petunia, you can be brave too. Come on out. Oh my goodness, you brave girl. What are y'all doing? Come on. Oh, be careful. Waylon, have you never seen miniature cows before? Gracie, you see a pig every day and miniature cows freak you out? You're gonna have to be brave, but let's go up here. Oh, they're like, oh yeah. Lots of new fun stuff. It's a big world. What do you think, girls?
I was hunting the thing.
All of the horses are like, what the heck are these things? What is it? They're inspecting the hose. What did you two find in here? Huh? You want to get groomed? Bo, you turned into a fire-breathing dragon over some baby cows. No, you don't need to eat that. Look at Petunia looking at these two big horses. Petunia's looking up at her like she's a giant. Well, she is to her. Maybe that gives you some perspective of how little these things are. Oh, it's slippery. Oh, and there they go. They're off. Where'd you go so fast? Okay, well, it looks like they're kind of wanting to go back in. They keep going back in and out of their door. So let's go ahead and put them in for the night. Time to go back in. Petunia, those kicks are not for me. Oh, hey, be nice. What did you think? What did you think of your freedoms? That was so stinking cute. We're gonna have to do that again.
Fun fact, I decided to take anthropology in college because I had a crush on someone. And they were like, anthropology is really cool, so you should take anthropology. And I was like, oh my god, I'm in love with you. I will do whatever you say. Sure, I'm going to take anthropology. So then I ended up taking anthropology. Fast forward, it ended up being my major. I graduated with a biological anthropology degree. And the thing that's so crazy about it is that when I decided to do it, obviously I was doing it for the wrong reasons, but also I believed everyone who said that it wasn't really going to impact my everyday life. And I was like, yeah, okay, it's anthropology. It's whatever. But no, it really does. It impacts my everyday life. And here are the two theories that I use in my everyday life. And all I use them for, ironically enough, is to remind myself that it's totally normal for me to be really depressed right now. The first theory is space-time compression, which basically says that as we humans globalize the entire world and our technology gets better and better and faster, the idea of space and time literally shrinks and compresses. Best example of that I can think of is 200 years ago, go from England to the United States, it was have fun on a 3-month boat ride with scurvy. Now it's like, okay, have fun on a 6-hour plane and text me throughout. Very different. The distance between England and the United States shrank in our minds because it's a lot more accessible. Same thing with like, I can FaceTime anywhere in the world as long as they have internet and a phone, and that makes everything feel a lot smaller and a lot closer to us. To combine that theory of space-time compression and how that is impacted by economic systems such as capitalism that demands infinite growth on a planet with finite resources, that also demands expansion into literally every part of our lives. So you combine it with evolutionary mismatch, which basically says that we evolved in a very different environment than we're in right now. So we evolved as hunter-gatherers. We are not built for capitalism. We are not built to send children into the little mines just because they have teeny little small hands. We weren't built for any of this. Our brains were not built for technology. They weren't built for the overflow of information that we're constantly being exposed to through technology. And we weren't built for any of this. We evolved for a world that we no longer live in. A lot of the adaptations that used to be really good for us no longer are. So a really good example of that is think about sugar. We love sugar because we were supposed to eat fruit with nutrients. Now we love Sour Patch Kids. If you put the two together of like space-time compression and evolutionary mismatch, basically all you're learning is like, haha, we weren't built for capitalism. I wasn't built for capitalism. You weren't built for capitalism. None of us were built for capitalism. We weren't built for feudalism either. Basically, we weren't built for anything after agriculture. Our brains are struggling to cope. And that is why we just hate everything. And everything sucks. But that doesn't mean that we don't go to therapy and that we don't take our meds.
Animals that are super cute but also endangered, so we gotta start paying attention. I don't know. First and foremost is one of my top 2 favorite animals, the red panda. And my other favorite animal is a raccoon, but the apples and oranges, I can't pick. But look at this dumb little idiot, this adorable little dumbass. Look at its big head. But I didn't know this thing was going endangered until I Googled cute animals that are going endangered, and this was the #1 pick. I haven't been this devastated by a Google search since I Googled the average length. Back to the panda. If the red panda goes extinct during my lifetime, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll still have the raccoon, but it's not even close to the same thing. If you know me, you know I'm a big fan of the turtles. Big fan of turtles, they're adorable. And the Egyptian tortoise is no exception. And I don't know the difference between a turtle and a tortoise, but it doesn't matter in this context. These things are so goddamn tiny. They only get 5 inches big when they're fully mature. and I already made a dick joke, so I'm not gonna do it again. But this is one of those animals that the only reason it's going extinct is because it's too cute. People want them as pets, so they take them out of their habitat, and it's easy to smuggle them because they're this big. You just put them in your pocket and walk away. These things need to be left in their natural habitat, which is, I assume, a pyramid. I don't know anything about Egypt. I'm very sorry. Number 3, I think it's pronounced an axolotl. I've only seen it written, so please don't make fun of me. That's the only time I'm gonna say it. But its name translated means Mexican walking fish, and it's not a fish, it's an amphibian, but it's still adorable as hell. The problem is, we introduced a bunch of carp and tilapia to its natural habitat, and they're getting torn apart. This turf war is going horribly for these little guys. And I don't know what to do, because I feel like I should eat more tilapia so less tilapia can eat these things. But if I eat more tilapia, then they're gonna make more tilapia, because capitalism is a nightmare. Also, the slow loris. Which, I mean, once again, look at this dumb idiot. Don't you want to give them a smooch on the forehead? They deserve it. Look at it. You can tell by its eyeball to head ratio that there's very little room for a brain in there. It's probably the size of a peanut. That's why I love it. But once again, another animal that is so cute that people are taking it out of its natural habitat and turning it into a house pet. Why, for what reason? Wherever these things live, which I should probably look up. That rainforest. Leave them in the rainforest. You don't need this. If you have a bunch of money and want a pet, get a dog or a cat. Or a hamster, but just get a lot of them. If I went to a rich person's house and they said this is the hamster room and there was 10,000 hamsters in one room, that would be way more impressive than seeing a slow loris. Because I know you're killing the slow loris if you have one. Making these videos is such a bummer because I always learn something I didn't want to know, specifically about the red panda. Stop hurting the red panda.
Recently, I learned that the Incas intentionally built Machu Picchu on intersecting fault lines, and the reasons make a ton of sense. Welcome back to my series where we're learning about how the ancient geologic past has heavily influenced the 7 wonders of the world. Machu Picchu was built in 1450 AD by the Inca Empire in the Peruvian Andes. The Andes are the longest continental mountain range on the planet, running over 4,000 miles. They're located on an active tectonic plate boundary where the Nazca Plate is subducting under the South American Plate. Machu Picchu was built in a very remote location on a narrow ridge between 2 mountains. And it's actually built on a graben, which is a block of Earth's crust that has subsided down between 2 faults. The citadel was built using solely the on-site granite, which was formed 3 to 4 miles underground. As magma intruded into the crust 250 million years ago and then cooled very slowly underground over millions of years. At this time, Earth looked a tad different, where Peru was actually part of the supercontinent Gondwana, where South America and Africa were joined together. Now this is where it gets interesting. Brazilian geologist Rualdo Menegot found that there are faults under the city that intersect in an X. And the buildings, stairways, terraces are even built in orientation with those fractures. In fact, other cities of the Inca Empire were also built on intersecting fault lines, like Ollantaytambo, Pisac, as well as Cusco, showing that all of this is not just a coincidence. Granite is a very hard rock and difficult to break apart, but because of all these fractures, there was actually already a natural quarry of broken up blocks of granite on site. The Incas, being master stoneworkers, were able to cut these blocks using stone and bronze tools so that they fit together perfectly without using any mortar. They used this ashlar construction method so that in the case of earthquakes, the stones would dance and then fall back into place. Below ground, the highly fractured rock stored rainwater and snow melt, and a natural spring sent that water out to the surface. The builders engineered a complex water collection system with cisterns, fountains, and canals, utilizing these natural features. This area of Peru can get up to 82 inches of rainfall per year. So they built these terraces and utilized the fractured rock underground to build a drainage system as well that successfully kept all these slopes and buildings stable. Instead of working against the geology, they used it to their advantage, even incorporating some of the natural bedrock outcrops into their buildings. The Incas really knew how to live with the challenging geologic landscape of their empire. They also saw nature, mountains, rocks, rivers as sacred. This can be seen in some of the features, like windows perfectly framed to the view of mountains. In the Quechua language, there's even a word for fault, meaning that the Incas knew what they were and how to recognize them.
We are currently living in the golden era of the high-budget fantasy television adaptation. Never before has the world seen its like. I mean, we've got Game of Thrones, The Witcher, Wheel of Time, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, again. So you would think that fans of the fantasy genre, as myself, I loves a fantastical tale, I loves a whimsical yarn, You would think that we would be eating right now, that we would wake up every morning screaming in jubilant ecstasy at the bountiful harvest of television shows that we've been given. Unfortunately, such is not the case. Because one thing that all of these shows have in common is that they're, and I'm borrowing this term from academic literary criticism here, they're bad. They're really bad. They are poo-poo dookie. And they're bad in the most puzzling and mind-boggling way possible. My mind is in a state of boggle about it, because 99% of the stuff about these shows is really good, right? And the high production value really shows. I mean, casting is great, acting, sets, costuming, music. The CG is state of the art. The problem is that television shows are, in their heart and at their essence, just stories that we're being told or that we're telling. And I think the showrunners forgot that those stories are supposed to be good. And it's really confusing to me because each one of these shows is based on a good goddamn story. Am I crazy here? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Can you imagine being a high-powered studio executive at a streaming service, approaching a showrunner, starting a meeting and be like, before I begin, first of all, let me just say you're welcome because I'm about to make both of us so rich. We're going to have our own space programs. All you need to do is take this book, put it on television. Just take this book, beloved by millions with a built-in fan base, put it on television. That's all you need to do. And by this time next year, we're going to be wiping our asses with $100 bills. And the showrunners come back and they say, hey, I've got a better idea. How about none of this? And I'll just shoehorn these characters into some fan fiction that me and the boys cooked up after a 2-week bender. And I understand the mediums are different, right? That television is not books and that you have to adapt to the medium. But these shows are not adaptations. They are fan fiction. Can you imagine the hubris, the gall, the audacity, the unmitigated cojones you would have to think that you can tell a better story than Robert goddamn Jordan, one of the most beloved fantasy authors of all time? It blows my mind. And they're all so bad. Like The Witcher and Wheel of Time were so bad they made me not care about characters that I already loved. Can you imagine watching a play about your friend and the play was so boring that afterwards you called your friend up and said, hey, I don't think we can be friends anymore? Like, oh, Andrew, are you saying that these television shows should just be one-to-one copies of the books that you already read? Do you think they would be better that way? Yes, I do. And I'm tired of pretending like they wouldn't.
Ironically enough, there was a time when beheadings were done with an axe. This one, however, will be done with something that's brought far more grief upon humanity. The coping saw. There we go. I tried to punch out what was left inside the head, but I just couldn't manage it. Here is some incredibly rare footage of me using a power tool. So there we have it now, free of any handle. The next thing we need to do is head away up to the loft and find a suitable piece of ash. Myself and the old fella organised all this the other day. These are parts of the boat, and down here I have all my lovely dry Irish ash. Now I'm fairly spoiled for choice, but we'll just grab whatever's easiest, and this fella will do nicely. Now it has been a while since we last used our fro, but this is a perfect excuse, so we're going to prop her up here now between the legs, grab our maul and just get bashing. Would you go away? There we go, lads, a nice, quick, clean split. That is why I love dry ash so much. I traced this handle from another handle, and then I'm going to use this handle to trace the one we're about to make now. So it's kind of like evolving all the time. With the curve of the handles then, we just come along with the mallet and chisel here, and just kind of hog off big chunks like that. Later we can just come along with a spoke shave here, and use this kind of round out the shape of the handle we want. Now, to cut the split, just like normal, we're going to come along with a sanding pad there and just sand the whole thing out like usual. She's after calming down now, lads, and we're here trying to remove this disgusting black paint film thing from this axe. We have one side done there now, but we're just going to scratch it all off and then sand the rest of it off. So I gave the axe head a nice clean. It's looking great. The next thing we need to do is let inertia work its magic. So I have a wedge here made out of ash. And we're just going to put a tiny drop of glue onto. Nice trick there to seal the cap on both sides and then pour it out. I actually spilled half the bottle of this on the floor the other night. I'm going to see now has it dried so I can chip it up. We'll widen the slit there now. Then we're going to use our other axe to help make this axe. Right, that'll do the trick. Pretty much the only time I enjoy using the coping saw to cut off the excess on this wedge here. There we go. Not only are we using a power tool to sharpen the edge, my phone is actually propped up against the power drill we were using earlier. We're having a cheat day today, lads. I have a strap here and we're just going to quickly strap it before we use it. I don't think I'm going to char it. I think I might give this away down the line, and whoever gets it might decide they want to char it or leave it alone. So I'll leave it for now, but I'm looking for my linseed oil and I can't find it anywhere. So my heart is broken. You can sense its oily presence, but it's nowhere to be seen. A while back, some crowd gave me some oil axe, and I haven't really used it since, so I suppose it's a good excuse. It's just not the same. So I'm sure it does the same thing, seals it, protects it, but... Well, lads, I'm going to bring it outside to the splitting log now and see if we can do any damage with it. So we're chopping willow there now like it's carrots, and I think this goes to show that for very little money you can buy a cheap axe, take it off with just hand tools and put a nice ash handle on it. Mind you, you will have to find some ash. You'll probably have to buy it already dried unless you want to wait 2 years for it to season. But go buy yourself a cheap axe head and practice some handle making. Good luck.